stops, has some room to work. Circa, slap shot, kicked away by the goaltender. Is knocked in the corner. Samoylov rebound, knocked wide by Dave Buda. Around the boards, here's the break. Vadim Kulabukov in over the Mariner blue line. Kulabukov still has it, looks in front, the pass, shot, score.
Boy, I'll tell you, what a great pass. And that's Bukharnov again. Bukharnov was just snuck into that crease area, and you saw Kulabukov just put the centering pass in there, and he just had to stick down on the ice and just redirected that in behind the goaltender. Now watch the play as he swings wide, he drifts, and now he's going to just throw it into the crease, and look at that, the stick down on the ice, and he just knocks it home. Ali Bukharnov picking up his second goal of the game, and now Sokol Kiev opens it up, a 4-goal advantage. They lead it 8-4.
Great assist, Vadim Kulabukov. And this is what Sokol Kiev has done in the games that they've won, the 3 games they've won on this tour through the United States. They have put together runs where they put clubs away. Now the Mariners have to make up 4. They've been outshot 34-18. Yet to play 2 minutes now in the third period. And this is where the Sokol Kiev club likes to really open it up. They have the advantage, and they come down low. The shot, Foster, this save. He knocked away a good bid by Ivar Balalunin. Mariners in their own end. And to punch it out as Gord Cruikshank does to Graham Townsend. Townsend brings down on Alexei Zhitnik. Shot turned away. Out to center ice. Through shoe bottom. Poke check. Ahead to Gord Cruikshank. Cruikshank to Townsend. Townsend with Miller in front of the net. He'll bring it in. But offsides will be the call with 17:41 left to go in the third period. The Mariners needed to come out and get a couple quick. What has happened is Sokol Kiev has come out and gotten a couple quick, but Vinko and Bukharnov, and they have the 8-4 lead.
35 seconds in, Botvinko gets his second of the game, and a minute 32 in, Bukharnov his second of the game. And now, a lot of breathing room for Sokol Kiev with an 8-4 lead.
Paul Beraldo, cross ice in for Peter Douris. Douris played both at the University of New Hampshire, then played for the Canadian Olympic team before coming out. And now he walks out of the corner, looks in front, shot by Beraldo, just wide, as reaching out was Vitaly Samoylov, but it missed the net. Samoylov in goal, looks at Harlow now moving in on him. And Samoylov pushes it off in the corner. Douris keeps in. Douris hit along the boards by Shakrai. Mariners on the aggressive forecheck. Now Sokol Kiev breaks it out. Alexander Kuzminski. Kuzminski shot. Foster a save. And this time he'll hold on. With 16:58 left to go in the third period, the score, Sokol Kiev 8, the Mariners 4. And I'll be back with more in just a moment.
All right, Sokol Kiev with a draw on the offensive end. Malkov on the draw with Mapnari.
Comes loose out to center ice. The defensive tandem of Tisplakov and Yarostov. Slow it down in the neutral zone. Yarostov and Tisplakov. Tisplakov backs it into his own end, trying to lure Mark Montanari in his zone. Michi Yarostov clears it down the length of the ice. Jeff Circa will get to it. No icing will be called. Circa around the boards. Ray Neufeld. Neufeld hit hard along the boards by Botvinko. Shot it on Foster. And Norm Foster will make this save. This tradition, Frank, goes all the way back to December 29th, 1977. We talked about it in the Open. The Mariners beat the club from Moscow 1-0. Drew Callender's goal 7 minutes into the third period. And probably the most famous picture in Maine Mariner history was Drew holding his stick up in the air, raising his knee, and that really was a boost in the arm to this club.
That was an incredible game. That was, had a lot to do with the making of this franchise, I think. That very first year was televised statewide. There was a mob in here enjoying it, and as we said, there was like electricity in the building that evening.
Graham Townsend tried to lead in for Mike Miller. Miller came over to the Bruins organization in a trade from the Washington Capitals. Now it's out to center ice. Rob McGinnis, he's paired with Bruce Shoebottom. McGinnis ahead to Miller, the backhander. Townsend down the right wing, shot just wide. Samoylov up around the far wing boards. Oleg Sinkov in his own end. Dangerous breakout pass, but finds a man in Botvinko. He has 2 goals on the evening. Valeri Botvinko back out in the neutral zone. Moved ahead by Sergei Lubnin. Lubnin back to Botvinko. He'll walk it in. Botvinko shot deflects up over the glass back behind Norm Foster. 4.5 minutes played, third period, 8-4, Sokol Kiev lead, and we'll return with more in a moment.
Again, we got a draw. Sokol Kiev has it in the offensive end to the left of Norm Foster. We've got 15 minutes, 36 seconds remaining to play in this one. Mariners trailing it 5-4 at 8-4.
Jeff Circa at center ice. He's got a Sokol Kiev player, Vadim Kulabukov, draped all over his black. Brought in, Kulabukov looks left side, gives it off. Kulabukov almost got it back again from Ali Burkhanov. The Mariners break out. Alvarado in with Scott Harlow. Harlow had a little bit behind him. Burkhanov loses to Peter Doris. Doris draws it back to Rob McGinnis. McGinnis keeps in, jumps over the stick of Peter Doris. Sergei Lubnin behind his net. Lubnin leaves it for Anatoly Naida. Beers keeps in. Naida cross ice. Out into the neutral zone. Bob Beers back in his own end to Rob McGinnis. Two of the very young defensemen in the Mariners lineup tonight. Jeff Circa, another youngster. The two veterans on the blue line for the Mariners are Bruce Shoebottom and John Blum. McGinnis in the neutral zone. Brings it in. Harlow stays on side. Doris carries the puck. Doris to McGinnis. McGinnis in deep. Holds. Patiently finds now Harlow slipping down. And Harlow had it knocked away by Ramil Yuldashov. Sokol Kiev has outshot the Mariners 37-18. They have an 8-4 lead. We're approaching the 6-minute mark. Elapsed time here in the third period. Yvard Valulin. Valulin hit on the boards by Beers. It bounces high in the air. Raldo gloves it, pokes it out. A little outside the reach of Peter Doris. Sokol Kiev turns right back. Andrei Ovchinnikov. Ovchinnikov drops for Yuldashov. His shot deflects up behind Norm Foster. And once again, it'll go into the seats. At the outset, Frank, you asked me about the air and the excitement around these games. I think back when this all started here in Portland 13 years ago, people really didn't know what to expect from the Soviet players. Now with so many players, 9 playing in the National Hockey League and a lot of international competition, they kind of know what to expect.
Well, there's changing times, of course, too. It's not us against them anymore. In those days, for instance, you see Russian signs around here. You see a Russian flag up there in Section B. I mean, the flags you saw that night in 1977 weren't Russian flags, I'll tell you.
John Blum. Blum dogged in his own end by Ramil Yuldashov. Shoebottom's helmet comes off. He has a few words behind the play.
Yeah, he took Valulin's stick and tossed it away. He got upset, and he's going to draw a call. As they were tangled up along the board, Shoebottom's helmet came off. Bruce got upset. He grabbed Valulin's stick, and he tossed it away, and that's when Mark Fawcett put the hand in the air.
6:25, the time of the penalty against Bruce Shoebottom.
Time of the penalty,
here in the background, interference the call. The one thing the Mariners have done very well tonight is kill off Sokol Kiev power plays. Sokol Kiev so far 0 for 4 as they move on their 5th power play of the night. Gord Cruikshank, penalty killing now, wins the draw from Andrei Ovchinnikov. Out to center ice. Ramil Yuldashov. He'll wind it up back at his own blue line. Luke Crawford joining Gord Cruikshank out there. Bob Beers and Jeff Circa are the defensemen. And Beers has it at center ice. And he'll send it softly into the Sokol Kiev zone. Mariners, after tonight, off until Friday night when they are here at the Civic Center hosting the Hershey Bears. And then also home on Saturday night against the Sherbrooke Canadiens. Valery Shakrai. Up out of his own zone, Dmitry Zinoviev. Zinoviev stops, waits for a complete line change.
Look at the patience, huh?
They want to hold the puck, make sure they get the players they want out there. Sokol Kiev does. And they bring in over the Mariner blue line. Good play by Bob Beers and Jeff Circa as they stop Pyotr Malkov. And the Mariners clear it back to the Soviets line. 1:02 left to go on the Mariner penalty to Bruce Shoebottom. Sokol Kiev with an 8-4 lead. They led it 6-4 coming into this period, and they've scored 2 quick ones. The shot up over the shoulder of Norm Foster. Foster, who plays the puck well around the boards. Duris spins it wide, out to center ice. Got it by Vladimir Tisplakov in front of his own bench. Larry Butvinko. Butvinko will dump it in. Mariners look for the icing. McGinnis gets there, and icing will be the call. 12:08 left third period. 8-4 Sokol Kiev lead. We'll return to the Civic Center right after this.
Well, the Soviets on a power play, but the Mariners get a draw on the icing call in the offensive end. 33 seconds remaining on the penalty to Bruce Shoebottom.
Peter Doris' shot knocked off in the corner by Ivan Tivzinski. It'll bounce out in front of the net. Vitaly Samoylov. One of the 4 goaltenders we have seen tonight. Earlier it was Yuri Shundrov for Sokol Kiev. Frank Caprice started for the Mariners, and midway through the game, Norm Foster came on in relief. A good look there at Sergei Lubnin, who helped get things going in the first period. The defenseman scoring a goal that gave Sokol Kiev the lead. Off the draw, Miller's shot knocked away. Samoylov has Mike Miller's number now. Is Shundrov, who had his number in the first half of the game. Zinskiski over the Mariner blue line. Holds, looks in the slot, gets it back again. They'll give to Lubnin. The power play with 6 seconds left. Zinskiski, right circle. He shuffles back. Shoebottom out of the penalty box. Mariners have the puck. Rob McGinnis, a lead too far from Mike Miller. Back in his own zone. Alexei Ziknik. Up through center ice. Alexander Kuzminski will carry in. Kuzminski's shot into the skates of Rob McGinnis. McGinnis and Kuzminski battle. Kuzminski, Savinsky, save Foster! And there with the rebound is Bob Beers. Beers can't get it by the point men. Valari Shakrai. Shakrai's drive is knocked down in front. Here comes Rob McGinnis. McGinnis with Duras and Miller. Right at the end of a long, long shift. So they'll jump it in, peel off. Mariners will complete a line change. Good hit deep is Mark Montanari. Leaned on Dmitry Zinovayev. And then the puck goes off the back of Scott Harlow's leg. Montanari will hand to Harlow. Harlow at center ice, Beraldo. Beraldo overskated the puck. Loose in the neutral zone. Some keep away from Zinovayev. Zinovayev right in front of his own bench. Give it right back to Ali Burkanov. And he'll cut through center ice. Burkanov fakes the shot. Bob Beers stands him up, keeps him away, following on the play. Vadim Kulabukov to Bukharov. He's got Beers there, and Gord Cruikshank bounces it out to center ice. We're midway through the third period. Sokol Kiev 8, the Mariners 4. Right now, Sokol Kiev controlling play, keeping the Mariners off from the offensive end. Paul Beraldo flips it ahead through center ice. Back in his own zone, Dmitry Zinovayev. Softly in front of his net, tempting Beraldo to move in deep. Zinovayev bounces up, kept in by the Mariners. Samoylov up the far wing boards. Splakov held in on the zone by Mike Miller. Here's the Beraldo in front. Harlow shot, saves. Samoylov scores!
Yeah, they tapped it through. He thought he had it squeezed. But somebody tapped it home, and it might have been Paul Beraldo. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see who the announcement comes from. But Samoylov thought he had that thing pinned. He had a few words with Mark Fawcett, whether Mark understood him or not. Let's take a look now. There's the initial shot on. Coming right here. Now, the stop is made, you'd think, anyway. And right there, it's going to be poked in. It is Paul Beraldo.
So Circa and Harlow get the 2 assists. 10:19 the time of the goal. The Mariners back to within 3, and the puck back in the Mariners zone. Foster looks off to his near side. John Blum sends ahead to Ray Neufeld. Back to John Blum. 2 veterans can't get out. One-timer wide of Norm Foster. Malkoff ripped it. Held at the point by Tisplakov. Stick save, Norm Foster. Ray Neufeld. Frank Swink wide. Dave Buddha let it slide through his skates. Tisplakov up the right wing boards. Malkoff tied up by Montanari. And there's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, Bruce Shoebottom took a run. And he's going to get called for elbowing. So the Shoe heads back to the penalty box on an elbowing minor.
And we'll return with the Sokol Kiev power play coming up in just a moment with 9:04 left to go in the third.
All right, there's Bruce Shoebottom. Second minor he's picked up here in the third period, elbowing at 10:56 of the period. And for the 6th time this evening, Sokol Kiev back on the power play. Mariners have skated well in this shorthanded situation, but you can't keep doing it.
4,014 here at the Civic Center tonight to see Sokol Kiev and the Maine Mariners. Sokol Kiev wins a draw. Zinoviev moves along the blue line with his defensive partner. Shot off the side of the Mariners net. Bob Beers is chased on the play by Simkov. Got away from him. Loose at the blue line. Lou Crawford now. Wind it back in the Mariners zone. A minute 37 left to go on the Bruce Shoebottom penalty. Lou Crawford flips it through center ice. All the way down the length of the ice on Samoylov. Samoylov to Sergei Lubnin. Lubnin on the neutral zone rush. Ahead, the lead for Simkov. Broken up by Crawford. Turned back away by Peter Duris. And outside the zone at center ice. Sokol Kiev moving along their own blue line. They have the 3-goal lead. It was the goal from Paul Baraldo just a few moments ago that pulled the Mariners back to within 3. Now the Mariners are penalty killing. A minute left on the Sokol Kiev penalty. Bring it down the length of the ice is Bob Beers. Back to get it. Vladimir Tisplakov. He's hit down hard by Lou Crawford. Baraldo batted it in the air, knocked down by Anatoly Naida. Naida circles back into his own zone. Sokol Kiev has outshot the Mariners 40-21. No wonder they have 8 goals. They've been shooting all night. Knocked down at center ice by John Blum. Blum along his own blue line. Bob McGinnis fires it down the length of the ice. Samoylov will slow it down. Still 25 seconds left on the Mariner penalty to Bruce Shoebottom. 7:25 remaining third period. Up to the Mariner blue line. Vadim Kulabukov. Kulabukov has Brohakov in the corner. Kulabukov inside of the circle to Naida. Naida back at the blue line. Yarostov gave it to John Blum. Mariners break out shorthanded. Baraldo, long drive, wide of the net. Now the Mariners are back at full strength with Shoebottom out of the penalty box. Sokol Kiev up through center ice. Olli Burkhanov takes the shot. Foster the stick save there with the rebound. Rob McGinnis to Ray Neufeld. Baraldo now up with Mike Miller. Baraldo tries to get by Shakrai. Does to Neufeld, and it bounced over his stick. Neufeld had a great chance at the hat trick. Neufeld has Miller in front. Miller knocks it down. Shot goes wide. Baraldo in the corner. Baraldo hit on the play, and it's cleared down the length of the ice. Mariners chase back for it. On it, Bob Beers. And icing will be the call. With 6:29 left to go in the third period, the score, Sokol Kiev 8, the Mariners 5, and we'll return to the Civic Center in just a moment.
Well, time winding down here. 6:28 remaining in the third period. Sokol Kiev a 3-goal advantage at 8-5. Mariners got the last one.
Larry Shakrai clears it around. Bob Beers holds at the point. Beers spots it on the far wing boards. Shakrai steps up, looks on the breakaway to Valunin. Looking up at the Mariner blue line. Carrying it in is Ochinikov. Offside will be the call against Sokol Kiev. We've talked about the impact the National Hockey League, Frank, has had with the Russian players coming over. 9 players now playing, but also in the American Hockey League. Alexander Tisnich is a goaltender for the Cape Breton Oilers.
And there'll be more and more. But of course, most of them are coming with permission.
And most of them are the older players.
That's right.
Really, the only young players you see would be a defector like Noel Gilney. In front, Neufeld shot, save Samoylov.
Neufeld looking for the hat trick.
Now some pushing going on.
A guy who rarely gets upset, got upset that time. Got very upset with Alexei Zhitnik. And some pushing going on. But as we were talking about players, Russian players coming over here to the National Hockey League, the leading scorer for this team is a young man by the name of Dmitry Kristich. And he didn't make the tour. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that we get a look at the replay and you see the action going on, and then you see Harlow get checked and see why he got upset. There's the stop by Samoylov. And Harlow takes a little bit of exception there. But he didn't make the tour, as we were saying, and remained home because I wonder if it's because he's a member, draft choice of the Washington Capitals, because you'd have to put a guard on the back door, I think. If he gets near Washington, they're liable to fill up his wallet then.
Townsend in front. Buddha shot, saves some oil off. It got behind him on the rebound by Buddha. It cleared out to center ice. Zinoviev bounces it over the Mariner blue line. Bruce Shoebottom puts it off behind the boards. John Blum got it. Peter Doris spins ahead, knocked down by Zinoviev. In front on his knees, unable to control it, was Olyetsky. Good break for the Mariners. Olyetsky was in prime scoring position. He had no one between him and the net. He was on his knees and not on his skates, and he couldn't control. Peter Doris cuts it out to center ice. Looks to lead in Dave Buddha. Stepping up to intercept Sergei Lubnin. Zinoviev gave it away to Townsend. Mariners bring it in, but Townsend would have been offside, so he gave it back to Zinoviev. Zinoviev on the left side to Sivinsky. Bouncing back behind the Mariner net. Shoebottom leaned onto. Shoebottom banging on the boards. Loose out to center ice. 5 minutes remain in the third period. Sokol Kiev holding on to an 8-5 win over the lead over the Mariners. Still, we're out of hockey yet, so you're not going to say a fourth Sokol Kiev win, but if they can hold on to the lead, their record on this tour through the United States will go to 4 wins and just a single tie. Peter Doris up to the Sokol Kiev blue line. Had it poke checked away, started back. Up ahead is Simkov. Simkov drops the trailer on the play to Zinsky. And picking up Bruce Shoebottom. Shoebottom to Paul Baraldo. To Peter Doris up through center ice. Doris works on Rostov. Doris to the trailer. Miller turns. Shot just wide. Miller, the left-handed shot on the right wing. Had a lot of net to shoot at, but missed the mark. A 2-on-1 for Sokol Kiev. Into the Mariners zone. They hold. They get the shot up. Foster, a blocker save. He stopped Butvinko point blank. Butvinko loose in front of it. One times one. Foster, another save. As Larry Butvinko is denied of the hat trick by some great goaltending from Norm Foster.
A couple of great opportunities there. Foster got the blocker, and a part of it, that first one was the real dangerous opportunity. 4 minutes and 1 second remaining as we get a look at Norm Foster. 8-5. Sokol's Kiev with the lead. They led it 6-4 after a couple of periods. Scored a couple of quick ones here in the third period to open it up to 8-4, but Paul Baraldo has gotten one back.
Off the draw, Mariners cleared out to center ice. Alexei Zitnik cleared it back to the Mariner blue line, able to skate in Kulabukov. He's knocked down by Bob Beers. Beers takes Kulabukov off the puck. Neufeld battling with Burkhanov. Kulabukov hit by Neufeld. The puck is covered up.
There's some banging going on now. Crawford and Bukharnov first, and now Neufeld and Bukharnov. Bukharnov with a pair of goals in this one.
Face-off will come in the Mariners zone. Norm Foster making a couple of saves a little bit earlier, and Butvinko. Kulabukov couldn't get that one out of the corner. Norm Foster, second year in the American Hockey League with the Mariners, out of Michigan State University. He was recruited to go to Michigan State by now University of Maine Black Bear coach Sean Walsh, when Walsh was an assistant. Michigan State coach. Now his father-in-law, Ron Mason. Mariners try to get it out of their own zone and get it down ice, get the offense going. Trailing by 3 with 3.5 minutes left. Crawford overskated it, spun it just wide of Mark Montanari. Montanari can't get by Zitnik. Now slowing down behind his own net, getting his footing is Ali Burkhanov. And Sokol Kiev breaks it out to center ice. Kulabukov couldn't control it. Mark Montanari does. Sends in on the left side. Crawford in a chase with Shakrai. Shakrai won it to Kulabukov. Out to center ice. The play on sides to Valulin. Valulin, wait, shot, sticked away by Foster. Valulin gets away from the check, holds the puck. Valulin still in front, save Foster, rebound, knocked in.
Yep, Kulabukov again, I think, looking for the rebound. As some amazing moves by Edvard Valulin to step around a couple of defenders to get that initial shot away, but the rebound comes back out on the stick of Kulabukov, and he picks up, I think that's his third. The hat trick as we get another look at it. Baluli makes the moves. He stepped around 2 men. Now he gets the shot away. It's knocked down right there. But watch the rebound. Right on the stick of Kulabukov, and that completes the hat trick for Kulabukov. And 9-5 the lead.
Balulin with the assist. Up through center ice, now on the left wing. Ochinikov skates in front, save Foster, and he'll hold on to the rebound. With the score, Sokol Kiev 9, the Mariners 5. We'll return to the Civic Center in just a moment.
All right, 2 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in this one. A 9-5 lead for Sokol Kiev.
They win the draw. The shot attempt by Valunin goes wide of the net. Mariners start up ice. Peter Doris ahead in the neutral zone. Mike Miller run into by Sergei Lubnin. It's at center ice. Yuldashev at full stride over the Mariner line. Knocked off the puck by Bob Beers. Doris with Beraldo and Miller. Chase for it now as he tries to get by Lubnin. Lubnin to Valulin. 2 minutes left to go. The puck comes through center ice. Sokol Kiev into the Mariners zone. A back-checking Paul Beraldo comes up with it. Beraldo on the near wing boards in his zone end. Leaned on too hard by Edvard Valunin. Valunin knocked it free. Then hit hard was Ochinikov. They keep in. Foster is saved. And from his knees, Bob Beers will clear the puck down the length of the ice. It will go all the way to the line, but not over, so no icing is called. Vladimir Tisplakov. Stick handles at center ice. Misses the mark to Yuldashev. Shoe bottom winds it up in the Mariner zone. Here's shoe bottom. Gets by Yuldashev. To Lou Crawford. Ahead to Mark Montanari. Montanari and Townsend break in. Townsend is tied up by Dmitry Yarostov. Puck comes loose. Ivan Tivzinski up to center ice. Gives it back to Yarostov. Sokol Kiev brings in over the Mariners' blue line. Dmitry Yarostov along the line to Tisplakov. Fires it in on Foster. He'll direct it away for Rob McGinnis as we move to the